Welcome back, everyone, to Sacred Sundays. I'm so excited to have my friend and dear sister, Lisa Marie McCardle, with us here today. She's going to offer us a beautiful transmission. Not sure what it's going to look like, but I know it's going to be amazing. So thank you all for being here. And I invite you all now to get comfortable and cozy as Lisa takes the stage.
Thank you. I'm not sure what it's going to look like either. So we'll get to receive it together. So we're going to begin with bringing our awareness inside. I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes if it makes sense for where you are. And we're going to welcome the breath to act as the guide that's going to bring you into the inner workings of your being. You may feel called to put a hand upon your heart and one either on your solar plexus or your womb, which is your second chakra, to really get that energy down and rooted into the space of all creation. The cohesion of the heart and the womb is the most powerful of unities that reminds us that we are indeed separate from nothing. So take a nice deep breath and simply observe how deeply your breath is able to flow into your sacred temple of your physical form, your body. And in this level of presence, by following the breath, you're in the practice of observing without judging. When you're in the frequency of love that is unconditional, you can act fully as the observer, and it begins with you, and it begins now. And by simply observing where the breath wants to naturally stretch and expand within your physical body, and where it's hesitant, like water, it will flow around the spaces that are perhaps most needing its influence. And in being in presence, you are able to encourage the flow into the spaces that are resistant. And with love, you are able to break down the barriers that hold the shadows of resistance within your physical form, so that the true eminence of life, light, love, breath may fill the entirety of your human structure and bring you into complete presence here and now. From this space of simply allowing, of witnessing, and of offering, I'm going to invite you to lean the essence of your body back. I want you to see, really embody what it feels like to take all of the energy of your being and tilt it into the back body. This brings you into alignment with the physical expression of the feminine. It allows you to lean back and notice what happens when you lean back. Notice how your attention naturally moves to the hand that's closer to the womb. That your front body opens and that you move out of the matrix of the mind and you move deeper into the expression of your womb space, your second chakra, the space of all creation. And for a moment in this breath, pivot all of your energy forward into the masculine so you can get a perspective of the two. When you lean your energy forward, notice what happens. As if you're taking the contents of a bottle and pouring it to the other side. Notice how the head reaches, the mind wants to engage. It brings you back into thinking, into action, into the masculine. There's nothing wrong with this space. It is simply an opportunity to know that something else that perhaps serves you greater exists. Take a breath. Now that you're being assimilated into this memory, beloveds, lean back. Lean back and open fully into the presence of the divinity that is you. We are welcoming the full council in this moment to set the stage of this activation. We are welcoming Archangel Michael to set the tone, to act as the protector, and to create the golden chalice of light that is around us. We set this chalice to be one of the purity of love that is unconditional. And everything that is offered here is intended to and shall serve for the highest and greatest of all that receive it. Everything will be offered to your higher self to be implemented and integrated into your being in any way that serves you. And if it does not serve you, it shall simply be released by you. We welcome to this holy container, the one that is Kuan Yin and the one that is Mother Mary, to take your sacred space amongst us, to remind us of your compassion, your grace, and your love that is unconditional, so that as we wander through the mists of illusion, we may find our way back to the truth of your hearts, divine mothers. To remember that we are the essence and the code of you in human form, that our love is pure. It is the love of light of all that has ever been. And through your eminence and your presence, we shall reclaim it as such. Breathe. And lean back, beloveds. There's nothing for you to do. It is in your being that the greatest transmission of love shall prevail always. We bring before us the one that is Magdalene and her beloved counterpart, the one that is Yeshua. We ask you to stand before us as we create this holy sacred chamber of light, so that you can remember us to the full unification and harmony of all that is, of all that has ever been, and of the true unification of that which shall prevail to deliver us home to the golden age and to the earth that is remembered. Breathe. We invite you, Magdalene, to anchor the codes of the divine feminine that are alive within us, so that we can be part of the healing that is taking place within this moment, within our bodies, within our expression, and within the collective of humanity at large. That it is safe for us to relax. It is safe for us to lean back into a receiving that is greater than what it is that we have allowed for. To show us what the true light of our heart and our womb in cohesion, what it feels like, so we may move back into the master creators, into the plethora of abundance that awaits us, knowing that we are separate from nothing and everything that is desired on this earth plane exists already within us. Remember us, dear sister, to this truth now. And Yeshua, thank you for standing in our presence with the light of your heart touching ours, that we hold the sacred flame of remembrance deep within our cellular makeup, that it is alive within our DNA. It has simply been shrouded in illusion. Deliver us home through your sacred flame, so that ours may ignite more greatly in the profound service that we had said yes to all of those eons of time ago. Anchor our feet to the truth of our path and make it golden. Anchor us to understanding the balance, that the masculine holds the power, yet without the feminine in unity and balance, it destroys and burns its own self. Bring us in this moment, as this container is being created, into the cohesion of unity, of balance, and of harmony. We invite all divine, benevolent beings of light to stand as guide and to offer your love as this portal is in its creation. May the essence of that which is created spill beyond us to all humans in need of this remembrance at this time. Thank you. We bring the ancestors and ask them to stand in a circle or circles around us, to receive transmission that occurs through us, and to take it back through the ripple of time, through the timelines of which it is most needed, so that the assimilation of peace, of love, and of empowered truth may prevail in all the directions, past, present, and future. We bring the galactic energies, our starseed families, We bring the counsel of light in its full expression of 13 this day. Thank you. Take a breath. We invite that your awareness moves to the space that is your heart, and that you see that the flame of the flicker of truth of your light becomes such a burning flame that in the flame of your light, all is transmuted. That the shadows that have been held within your heart that make you believe that you are somehow separate, in lack, in loss, and even the grief that you hold for the illusions of separation. May the flame of the Sacred Heart, as it is mirrored to the one that is Yeshua and Magdalene, may it transmute through fire the great illusion and open the frequency of your heart to something that is greater. May you feel the love of the mothers, the whole and holy mothers behind you, holding you in the remembrance of the purity of your love. And may it automatically heal that which is in lack or in disconnection. Through every cell and through the master cell of your DNA, we summon this activation to occur now. And as you see this flame, you will see that there is a seed of light, an orb of light that exists in the middle of the flame. And you are going to drop that seed of light, no matter what the size or the shape or how it expresses. And if you are not one that sees with the inner eye, then imagine, envision, but create the seed of light that emerges through the flame of your sacred heart. And let it drop down. You might feel there's a pressure within your solar plexus. This is a reclamation of your power and a dissolution of fear. That seed of light carries the flame and the codes of great remembrance. And as it drops down through the portal of your being, it will activate, dismantle, and recreate the truth of the eminence of your power. It is greater than what it is you have allowed for, beloved. There is nothing for you to do. You lean back and you witness the reclamation of your truth. This seed begins to drop down and it moves into your womb, into the space where all life form is created, into the space where your dreams are made manifest, into the place where those who have come before you had deposited the bank of their own woes, worries, and ways so that you could transmute them so graciously in this lifetime. That is complete now. As the seed of your remembrance of the divinity of your heart emerges into your womb space, there is an activation of the purity of light. An alchemy again shall occur. It's a reclamation of your womb space. And this sacred seed of the eternal flame, as it drops into the space of your womb, creates an alchemical response that brings shadow into light and the desire into manifestation simultaneously. There is nothing for you to do, beloved. You observe. You allow it to be. You lean back. You open wider. You trust in your presence. And this golden seed, the sacred seed, will move down and it will gently or rapidly, depending on your frequency, open the girth of your first chakra. It will open it proportionate to that which is needing to be delivered and therefore received through you. You allow this to begin to spiral. And the first chakra begins to open. And if there's any movement that needs to happen within your physical form, it is okay to move your body in response. And if it is not, it is fine to sit in the stillness of observation. We want for you to drop that seed in a spiral through the portal that moves down into the center of the earth. down through the Earth Star, which is a mirror of your higher chakral systems of the 8th, 9th. We spiral that energy down until you move through the sacred flame that holds the core essence of Mama Gaia. And your flame melds with her flame and drops down through and is delivered into the womb of Gaia herself. And when you land in the womb of Gaia, it is as if you are in the cave of the mystics. There is water that shall receive you, just like when you were born into the earth womb of your mother. You allow this purification, this deliverance home to occur within you so that you remember what it feels like to be safe, to be holy, and to be whole. There is a purification that happens within the womb of Gaia that anchors you back to your original blueprint, to your factory reset. You may see yourself as if the essence of you in this seed is your rebirth, is your chrysalis. That by floating in the womb of Gaia, there is a stripping away of all that had been laid upon you in this human experience. And it brings you with this breath and this intention back to the truth of who you are. And as you observe this seed, you begin to witness yourself almost as if that seed was the first cell that began you in this human form in this lifetime. And you observe yourself splitting and becoming a mirror of yourself. And you watch the cellular structure just as it occurred when you said yes to dropping yourself through the seed into your mother's womb. And you watch it and you see how perfect the division of you came into creation. So much love in your heart, so much gratitude for the magic and the miracle that is you in the creation of yourself in this human form. You witness it now. And as you witness and observe yourself in this recreation of yourself, you layer the love and the intention and the magic and the beauty of you being able to observe you in creation. What a miracle you are. Can you feel that all the way through the truth of your essence? Can you stand in this moment in the proclamation, I am a miracle. I am the purity of light, of consciousness delivered into a form that could be expressed. I am pure love. Breathe this into your recreation, into your rebirth, because you have forgotten. And today shall be the birthday of your remembrance. And as you observe this co-creation through the womb of Gaia, there is an assimilation, a remembrance that you are also recreating yourself within your own womb, for there is no separation. Your womb and the womb of Gaia exist and beat as one. And so as this assimilation is occurring within the earth, it is also occurring above the earth within the process of your own being. And as this assimilation is occurring, it is also occurring within your heart, because your heart is the mirror of your womb. Your womb is the mirror of Mama Gaia. Your heart is the mirror of the highest consciousness that exists beyond the earthly planes into the multidimensionality of everything that has ever been. You are infinite. And as you observe the full creation of you from that earth, Gaia, womb, space, watch yourself emerge from the chrysalis. Watch yourself poke through the orb of the seed. Bathe in her beautiful splendor of waters, sip from them, drink them, purify yourself. Say, yes, I am. I am whatever it is that you are willing to claim in this moment. Yes, I am. I am. I am. Drink her waters, swim in them, and set your attention to that light that is above the sacred cave of Mama Gaia. It is the portal of which you had come down through. See the light of it and allow it to summon you home. Death and rebirth and birth are the same frequency. And as you set your gaze up to that light, you take a breath and you literally kick off like you were coming to the top of the pool. You say, thank you, Mama Gaia. We'll be back to visit you soon. I'm never separate from you. And you can always come back to the space to reclaim the truth of yourself. And you push off from that bottom and you move up through that with such exuberance and such delight at this opportunity for complete reclamation and rebirth. You come up through the earth star, you come up through your own first chakra, and you come up into the fullness of your womb, sprinkling your dreams, your divine creations, the magic that is you into the space to illuminate your womb in the complete reflection of the truth of your rebirth. You move up through your solar plexus, you activate the truth of your power, you move up through your heart, and you allow that flame to burn so brightly that your arms open. And just as the one that was Yeshua spread his arms to encompass the entirety of this earth plane, so too shall you. And your hands become the flame that shoots from you, and you become the eminence of the cross, of the body and the spirit emerged in the wholeness of oneness, that you are tethered deeply within this earth plane. Your heart is activated in its full expression and offers the eminence of love that is unconditional across the plane of this earth and beyond. And that flame licks up through you, activating your voice so you may speak that which is true. And through your third eye, so you might see that which is beyond the illusions of the veils of which have been placed in an artificial assimilation. Blast up to adjust the truth of your crown, queen. You have arrived and the jewels are laid. And it moves up into an arc of light, just as the Ankh did. And the top of that Ankh touches your star system, so that you might be the holy communion of the deliverance of heaven to earth through this physical form in your most exalted and claimed state. Beloved, you have arrived. All of the remembrance of you as the galactic being of infinite stardust creation known loops back down through the crown and assimilates through you across earth plane and down into Mama Gaia's womb. You stand as the Ankh, as the delivering system between heaven and earth. In your full exalted state. And your arms curl in to bring all of that love. And your left hand lands upon your heart and the right upon it. And you take a breath. Ailan ayoshto koniain ayroshan ihahon ayron aha ihashun erash iran on ayroshun ihashtaka. And you take a nice deep breath and you lean back. There's nothing for you to do, beloved. You have arrived in the deliverance, in the remembrance, and in the truth. How you choose to express that in this world is of your choosing. It is of your creation. Your purpose on this planet, beloved, is to be the complete expression of love that is unconditional, of presence, and express the truth of your starlight through human form. That is your purpose. How you choose to express that on this earth plane is of your choosing. Through your service, through your love. Take a breath. Let your body relax. And if there is a symbol that would like to show itself through your heart, it can be a word, a number, a picture, a sound. If there is a symbol that is choosing to emerge through your being in this moment, it will be set as the symbol to bring you back into this state and this space at any time. You can meditate upon it, you can summon it, and you will be delivered to this exact frequency. For it is set within your memory banks, it is alive within your DNA, and it is complete. All right. So take a nice deep breath. Place your hands anywhere on your body that are summoning. There's a plethora of true light, healing potential moving through your hands at this moment. And wherever you place that upon your body shall help you in the healing. And if your body is not summoning for it, then cast it beyond your body to whomever might need it, that is beyond the space of which you are existing in this moment. You are powerful. Your presence is all that is required. And so you'll begin to take a nice deep breath. I'm going to invite you to gently find a gaze that's very soft. Just be mindful as you begin to open your eyes of what the first thing is that your sight lands upon. And take that in, whatever it might be. It's a message or a symbol for you, whether it's a color or a picture, or your soul knows. Wherever your eyes land, there's something for you. And you bring yourself back here into this space together. With a nice breath, here we are, we arrive back here. I do want to say that was a pretty deep journey in a really quick amount of time. So please be gentle with grace with your body. You might still be in transmission for some time. It is essential that you drink water. Rest if you need to. Get your feet to the earth. And do your best to keep your frequency, out of, just keep it real gentle for the next at least hour. Be mindful what you plug your mind into, what you're taking in. And know that when you go to sleep tonight, the system will shut down and reactivate into its full culmination so that you wake up with a updated sequence and code in your DNA in the morning, just like your iPhone has to shut down when it gets a new upgrade. Sleep is what will assimilate this into its completion. So be very mindful today. My eyes landed on a candle that I have of Yeshua that I want to share, because it is the Sacred Heart in its flame. And that's where my eyes naturally landed. Wherever yours landed, there's a message for you, whether it's through the codes of a color, whatever it is. So here we are.
Holy Hannah. Thank you so much, Lisa. You really it's so funny because I think my first awareness of how connected our energy is happened at the 11/11 event, because everything you were saying, I was just so activated. I remember breathing like energy was just moving through my body and through your process. And I remember that even I came in the middle of your process or you talking, and I was just like, who is this woman really though? Because we just met around that time. I feel like you moved into town and,
Yeah.
not too much prior to that. And anywho,
Yeah.
And then when we were sitting at dinner that one night, talking about Marie, the crystal skull, like just, it's very clear to me that our connections are very deep, and I'm just so grateful for you. Thank you for being here today with community and with your gifts and your love. I'm just like really activated right now.
I'm really honored. And I don't know how much time you want to take, but if anyone has any questions about where their eye landed, and what the symbol is that they landed in, I'm happy to answer those before we wrap up, if that works time wise.
Oh, for sure. We can take this time in any which way you desire to.
Yeah, just if any.
Teresa says, thank you. Erica said, beautiful. I just wanted you to, and thank you so much. She has to go. Erica has to go.
Yeah.
Just wanted to, but yeah, you can open this up any way you want. I'm happy to have, if people raise their hands or,
Yeah, if anyone just has any questions about where their eyes landed and what the symbolism of that means, I'm happy to interpret it. And if not, I mean, we're all sovereign beings, and most probably know what the symbolism means for them. So we can be complete with that too. I love that this light, oh, I have this light that just keeps kind of flickering on and off. It's really like, okay, cosmics, here we go. It's really been a pleasure. And I thank you so much for having me and for being a sister in my life. And I really want to thank you, Aurora, for seeing me the way you see me. It enables me to see myself in a light that sometimes, the reflection of how others see us always brings us greater truth of who we actually are in the world. So thank you for witnessing me and receiving me so beautifully. I love you.
you too, and the same. And just to share also, Deborah also said, thank you. I want to make sure that I keep everybody's comments.
Thank you. Yes.
Lori says, thank you. Oh, Kimberly, where are you, Kimberly? Da, da, da. Oh, there you are. Okay. Please unmute yourself for sure.
May I shared just a connection that came through based upon when I was in Gaia, if that's, and it relates to the lava and the transmuting your experience into solid ground to pull you out of the lava so you can help other people. First of all, extremely, extremely powerful for me, especially given what's happening in my life. But in the womb space, I had the copper rose. And as I rose out of the womb space, it was like the Botticelli picture of Venus on the, I wasn't Botticelli picture, but I mean, it wasn't that Venus, but it was on the shell rising out, but it was in love. So in the womb space, it wasn't like creating that solid ground with lava around me. It was the shell of love lifting you out and then spiraling up back into the womb. But the reflection of the lava, but the love pool, so to speak, like that iridescent water that I was being birthed out of with the shell, that's all of us. And then I had this, when you were talking at the beginning, leaning forward and back, I had this image of like back ear in the feminine and forward fire, but in the middle is the circle of the heart. So that came through first. So it's the balance of the love and the lava. And whoa, thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes, that's beautiful. And I love that image is the balance of the masculine and feminine. I just got back from Glastonbury and I got this tattoo that has the two triangles on either side, which is the masculine and the feminine in balance through the womb space. So I relate, sister. And yeah, thank you for that. That's beautiful.
And Miss Julie, I'll ask you to unmute yourself.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much. That was, yeah, my dog actually participated.
Did too.
I wanted to ask you, yeah, when I opened up my eyes, they landed on my father's baby picture.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
And he's passed.
Mm-hmm. My sense of that is there's a reclamation for you in honor of the masculine and of your lineage. My heart wants to say any forgiveness that's needed to be offered to Father. This would be a time. And the fact that it's a baby picture of him takes you back to an understanding of the innocence that we all have. No matter how the grown expression is, we all return to the innocence of a child. And when we see that no matter how someone presents in their older time, that we all came from innocence. And so from that space of innocence, we can reconcile, we can become whole. And any not just pouring love unconditionally through the essence of Father allows you to rise up and to claim the masculine in any relationships around you. It's about you harmonizing your relationships with the masculine in the current time. You're also helping to heal the ancestral lineage of that which has come behind you. So thank you for
you.
And I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself.
Hi, Aurora.
Hi, sweetie.
Thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. It was so relevant in so many ways to me. I can't even tell you at this juncture of my life. There's a lot of things going on with my first and second chakra right now, and just the whole thing, just the rebirthing. I mean, it was just incredible, absolutely incredible, and the way it tied together with the things going on in my life and some physical challenges that I'm having, which are clearly upgrades. And I've clearly brought this to myself to get beyond some shadows and things. But what I wanted to tell you was, so my son transitioned, gloriously, 18 years old last year. Well, actually about a year and a half ago. And the first thing, of course, that I locked when I was looking around the room was his photo. I've got plenty of photos around. But the symbol was a Cupid, which I thought was kind of interesting and intriguing. And I just saw all these arrows. It was like the Cupid, sending out all these arrows. And I just thought that was kind of cool. That's not something I normally think about as Cupid, So that was cool. And then just the fact that it just feels, when he was here with me on Earth, it really was like a 5D relationship. It was just glorious and magnificent, and in every way you'd want it to be for a relationship of that nature, so far beyond son and mother, and I just feel like there's a lot coming through that channel as well. But the thing about the first and second chakra and the womb and these physical things that are centered around my first and second chakra right now that I'm trying to get past, and these upgrades and me bringing all this to myself for the next whatever's to come. I am really proud of myself. I have been moving through this, I think, gracefully, and I think I am, really starting to understand who I am. But it's so intriguing to me, how, I missed the last couple. I mean, when I dial on this call and then you're here and this incredible meditation that circles it back to the things that I've been struggling with. I mean, there's just no mistake in that. So I'm just curious, what your thoughts are, because wow, it's a wow for me. I mean, I wrote in my notes, wow, wow, so.
I love to play with words, so we'll have to come up with an acronym for wow. Like, what early wildness do we get to experience? But my reflection is that anytime we show up and listen to the guidance of our soul, we are all in co-creation. And so it's never a surprise when people say, that's exactly what I needed. And it, it felt like it was for me, because I mean, I went into that transmission having no idea where we were going. And so we all create it. So of course it's going to assimilate to be what you needed, because you created it. So thank you for creating this through us as a collective. When we're truly in service, we are the hollow bone, and we become a channel for what is needed to be delivered through. So you summoned that. So thank you. And also I want to honor, having walked deeply through the portal of grief. It is an initiation. It is a portal like no other. As much as I had to experience, my heart is always amplified from a mother releasing a child, because I do not believe that there's it just doesn't feel like natural order. And I walked my best friend through the death of her son 6 months after my husband died. He was 21. So, and it felt like such grace, because I had been walked through death, and I knew how to walk her. And so maybe perhaps that's what we're doing. And I want to honor the 5D relationship of your son. Your agreement was that he was to be here for the time he was to be here. All of this doesn't make our earth plane reality any less. So my heart wants to say thank you for being brave, and for being such a Claire deliverance, of being able to so bravely walk through grief and to turn it around, to open your arms, just as Yeshua did, to be in service and servitude to others, because we are all walking through the portal of grief. It's an initiation into greater remembrance, and we are not the same on the other side of it. And that is part of the gift of the beauty of having walked through it. Tim was going to pass. It was his soul's agreement. The gift that his death gave me felt like one of the greatest gifts he could have given me, because I have become something different, and I have the capacity to serve at a level that I did not have before initiated into it. So I say that only as a reflection for all of us walking each other home through these portals of grief. So thank you for your bravery and for your service.
You know, Lisa, goosebumps firing through my body right now as you're saying that. It's just firing, you know, and I think, you know, I do know that. I know that now after a year and a half of this. I dove directly into the spiritual path afterward. I've been on a spiritual path my whole life, but I think I know that it was his time, and that it didn't have anything to do with fixing or correcting me, but it did give me the opportunity to choose how to move forward now afterward, you know, but it was his time. He had, you know, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, my love to you.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Miss Teresa, will you please unmute yourself?
That was beautiful. Everything that you just said to Anne was absolutely beautiful. And this meditation was absolutely beautiful. And it was still like, I'm still like, my hands are going, everything is vibrating. I literally was rebirthing. My entire body was actually birthing, giving birth to everything. And just the whole, like the light and the feeling of being of the light and knowing I am of the light, like all of that coming in and feeling the that oneness and the connection to the center, to the seed. Oh my goodness, the seed was just amazing. And I literally felt myself going through that chrysalis and becoming, you know, and I saw, like, I saw a lotus, and I heard a tone, Aurora, I heard a tone, a tone, and then my eyes landed on my hands, and it was just, I just am so like moved by this beautiful journey that you brought us on. It's absolutely beautiful.
Just want to remind you that you brought us on the journey, and you're welcome.
Yeah.
That is definitely a co-creation, and this is the beauty of presence and co-creation, is that you brought a piece of that through that wouldn't have happened if you weren't in this presence. So thank you. Yeah.
And I just thought it was interesting that my eyes landed on my unopened hands.
Which hand was on top, left or right? Okay, so that says to me, so the left is receiving. So it says to me that you're being given an opportunity to move deeper into the feminine, into the receptivity, and the right is supporting it. So the right is the masculine, left is the feminine. This is the receiving, this is the giving, so that it is time for you to open into greater open yourself to greater receiving, to your feminine frequency, and that you are supported by the masculine, so that you can then in turn give it.
That makes sense.
So fun. Symbols are so fun. Everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. So
Truth. I just want to go back to the comments for a moment because we have a couple. Teresa had mentioned. Thank you so much. This was absolutely beautiful. Tara had to go. She said deep gratitude to all of us and that she has to go. Julie says much love to everyone. Thank you. And Anne says, sending so much love and light to all. Thank all of you. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, me. Thank you. And Donna also said, thank you so much love and gratitude to all. I just wanted to share that with everyone. It's truly a beautiful co-creation because I share that with them too, that when we because I also generally, I don't know, like I'll ask spirit, what am I doing for the meditation? And sometimes I get a download, but sometimes I get the void, because it can't be created until the container is created, and we all show up with whatever energy we've got going on, and then spirit says, hey, this is what we're going to do. So yeah, thank you to everyone for being here. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you, Lisa, for just an amazing conversation and transmission. You are a magical being of light, and I'm so grateful for our friendship and love.
As are you. I'm so happy to play with you in all the ways, and I'm sending tons of love to your light until we meet again.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.